Galnet News, your galaxy in focus. Today's date, the 8th of May, 3301. In today's news, all eyes are on Quivira. An Alliance faction pacifies a well-known pirate haven. Silver United succeed in securing Zaonce. The Sugar Bus goes to deep space. Prism Senator summoned to Achenar, and President Halsey's tour of the frontier systems set to begin shortly. Firstly, our headline news. All eyes are on Quivira this week as turmoil hit the small system late last week, as thousands of Imperial pilots descended to deliver the wrath of Senator Denton Petraeus on his debtors. In the first 2 days of the war, tens of thousands of independent pilots lost their lives while bravely attempting to hold off Imperial forces from taking Godel Dock. Despite the defenders' best efforts, Imperial ground troops were able to storm the station, seizing control of Quivira's defense systems and effectively bringing an end to the conflict during the early hours of Sunday morning. In the face of overwhelming loss, the People's Quivira for Equality Party were forced to retreat to Brendan Gateway to lick their wounds. Once the People's Party's leadership had successfully regrouped, they launched a counterattack in an attempt to retake Godel Dock. With the help of hundreds of independent and federal pilots, the People's Quivira for Equality Party and Nationalists of Quivira were successful in forcing Quivira Electronics plc to retreat back to Stapleton Dock. In other news, the ancient mining colony of Cueto is now under the protection of the Alliance after war erupted in the system earlier this week. The anarchist group previously in control, the Cueto Ring, was defeated by forces loyal to Independent Listi for Equality, a democratic faction aligned with the Alliance of Independent Systems. This turn of events may herald the end of the system's long-lasting reputation as a cesspool of criminal activities. Independent Listi for Equality was known as the controlling faction of Listi's system before being ousted last month from George Lucas Station by the Reinhardt Intellisys Corporation. It had, however, established a presence in the Cueto system beforehand. While support for the political group fluctuated since, inside sources report that the faction benefited significantly from increased smuggling activities during the last week. These additional resources likely helped them secure Quator Station as their new base of operation. Quator is a system of relative historical importance for the Old Worlds. It played a role in the events leading to the liberation of Lave in 3265 by serving as the base from which the Alliance carrier Furnace and its battle group operated. This fleet, led by Admiral Bryce Jander, helped the Resistance take control of Lave Station from the dictatorship that was in place at the time. It is unknown if Hoppy's Bar on Quator Station will start serving real Lavian brandy as advertised now that the system changed hands. The establishment declined the opportunity to comment on the matter. Meanwhile, Silver United succeed at securing Zaonce. After months of being terrorized by malicious criminals intent on turning the Old Worlds into some kind of new Caribbean, residents of the Lave cluster finally banded together this past weekend to crack down on the lawless scum that had been pillaging and plundering their way across the sector. Inspired by the recent help freely given to the people of Riort and by the Alliance elite diplomatic corps, Silver United Solutions decided to offer a set of substantial rewards to any pilot brave enough to help remove the criminals known as the Jet Gang from Zaonce. The initiative was an overwhelming success. 5,535 pilots were temporarily deputized during the course of the weekend, leading to the Zaonce Jet Gang and many other local pirate crews being crushed by the raw power of the makeshift fleet. To celebrate their success, Silver United Solutions has organised a special discount on all Falcon de Lacy ships being sold from Ridley Scott Station, Zaonce. A limited number of Pythons have been made available for the duration of the sale. Time for our entertainment news, and any of you deep space pilots out there will be intrigued to know that the TV network Shap's Sugarbus TV is once again launching a new spin-off of their ever popular show, the Sugarbus of Shap's Sugarbus, this time setting their sights on the explorers of deep space. The show focuses on the nominal sugar bus as it flies around space, seeking out unsuspecting contestants to challenge with increasingly obscure questions on virtually any subject, with a chance to win prizes. Shap's Sugar Bus TV announced yesterday that with the aptly named The Sugar Short Bus of Shap's Sugar Bus Goes to Deep Space, they are aiming to venture out past the edges of civilization to provide amusement and human companionship to the deepest and most remote regions of space. Due to the sparse nature of the frontier worlds, the network are changing the way things are handling in this series. For starters, they are asking all commanders who would like a chance to appear on the show to liaise with Commander Zuark, who will take down their details and attempt to venture towards them. There will also be a change in how the prizes are distributed for the winner. Due to the distances that are required to be travelled, the Sugar Bus will not be carrying its prizes on board. Instead, it will be tallying up the scores of each contestant, and upon its return to civilization, the network will tally up the scores and the highest scorer will be crowned the champion. Upon the champion's return to civilized space, they will be able to collect their prize of 50 tons of gold and 5 doses of happy sparkles in which to shower him or herself. Shap's Sugar Bus TV have also announced they will make a donation to the charity Child's Play in the name of the champion. Moving on to our political segment, Prism Senator is summoned to Achenar. Senator Kahina Tijani Loren's Imperial Courier was seen departing early morning local time from the Avalon shipyards. It rendezvoused with the Imperial Interdictor Atticus, Admiral Bryce last known to be in command. The convoy is believed to be en route to the Achenar system. According to the Imperial Herald, Senator Loren is being hailed as a true daughter of the Empire and assigned the rights and responsibilities as appropriate to her rank. Quite what this means is not clear, even to seasoned Imperial watchers. Senator Loren's political leanings are even less clear. She is reportedly in favour of slavery, having been quoted as saying, "Slavery is a safety net. It ensures nobody can starve or fall into poverty." She is also clearly prepared to use violence to achieve her aims, as revolutionaries on her homeworld of Prism were summarily executed after she returned to power. By contrast, she seems to be in favour of closer political ties with the Federation and the Alliance. Her recent trip to the solar system was either a carefully orchestrated political gambit or just happy chance. Senator Loren was involved in a widespread space battle during the reclamation of the Prism, which may have influenced her views on the effectiveness and desirability of major naval engagements. And finally, President Halsey's tour of the frontier systems is set to begin very shortly. Despite a rather skeptical response to the President's planned tour of federal frontier systems, particularly the bizarre choice to visit 78 Ursae Majoris, a system which overwhelmingly voted to leave the Federation nearly 2 months ago, the President's office has announced that the series of visits with local leaders will go ahead as planned. The following systems have already been announced as being part of the President's trip: HIP 53688, Tinia, 78 Ursae Majoris, Su, Ferruchlem I-645, Saga, Delphin, Nanoman, Korika, and Ross 860. Another dozen systems are expected to be added before the President sets off on tour later in the week. That's the Galnet news for today with me, Edison Trent. Tune in next time to keep your galaxy in focus.